Hello lovely butterflies, it's France. Welcome to this journal on Monday, week 144. I'm working in my trusted Journal on Monday art journal, and I'm also using the same kind of paper that my journal is made of, which is watercolor paper. And I'm punching out circles using different sizes of punches. I'm going to take all those circles outside so that I can spray them with this spray, which is Remount. It's a repositionable glue from 3M. I'm doing it outside because I don't like the smell and I don't want to have it all over my work table. And now that my circles are sticky and repositionable, I can place them on my paper to use them as masks. I took out 3 fluid acrylics from DecoArt, which is the phthalo turquoise, the dark gray, and the quinacridone magenta. This is a watercolor paintbrush because I'm going to work with a lot of water. And I'm going to use the paints more like watercolor than actual fluid acrylics. Coming back to it, my circles were not as sticky anymore as they were at the beginning because of the use of the heat gun. So instead of going back in with some more fluid acrylic, which would make the color go under the circles, which I didn't want to happen, I went in with Neo colors, which are water-soluble pastels. And now I can start playing around with water. This is the most interesting part. It's lifting the circles and seeing what you actually created on the paper. So as my circles have nice colors on them as well, I'm going to reuse those on the paper. Using my large circle stencil, I'm tracing the circles, and I'm using a Unipin fine liner, which is a pigment pen, which means that it will be resisting everything that I might be doing afterwards. And to have all the sizes of circles, I'm combining it with my small circle stencil, and now I really have like every size of little circle that I might need. Like I said, I want to reuse those circles, but I don't want to cover up what I've already created, so I'm limiting myself to those small sized circles. And as I don't have enough, I'm just punching some more. Of course, I need some help to stick down to the page, so I'm using my decoupage glue to help them to stay in place. Otherwise, they will just remain repositionable, and at some point they will just fall off. Coming back to my page, I want to add some details using this masking tape or tissue tape from Tim Holtz, and I'm really adding like tiny strips of it. To make sure the tissue tape will stay in place, I'm adding a tiny bit of ultra matte varnish on top of it. And it's a good thing I used my Unipin, because otherwise with the varnish, the doodling would go all over the place, and now it's just not moving. Going in with my charcoal pencil and my blending stump, I'm giving my little circles a bit of a shadow, and this one doesn't want to stick in place, so it needs some more glue. When you apply charcoal pencil, the only way to erase it if you have applied too much is a kneadable eraser. Going back in with fluid acrylic, this time with the carbon black and the phthalo turquoise, I'm going to add some more details. I'm starting with the carbon black and just a card to apply it in lines. I need to replace the circles because I need some more masking done. And I still had some circles left over, so even those that were punched out, I can replace them by circles that I haven't used yet. And now I can use my phthalo turquoise to add some splatters. I want to stamp using my London, New York, well, one of the stamps from my London, New York stamp set. I know that I want to use this distress ink, but I'm not quite sure which one of the memento colors that I want to use, and I finally opted for this one. So good thing that the stress ink is water reactive, because I stamped with too much intensity. I wanted to tone it down, so I just lifted the ink back up with a baby wipe. And I do think a bit more of those black accents would be good. So I'm going back in with the fluid acrylic. My white circles deserve a bit more attention, a bit more texture, so I'm giving them a little bit of crackle paint, just applying it very lightly, and as soon as I'm done, I'm leaving it to dry by itself so that I get the best cracks that I can get. I absolutely love this stamp from my Perfect Word stamp set. It's just a line of tiny mini numbers, but I could stamp it on everything all the time. That's how much I love this little stamp. So I'm just using black archival ink and stamping it here and there, and then using a Tim Holtz sticker from the Chit Chat sets, I'm going to add my wording. I want to add some journaling, but I'm having a fight with the pen that I want to use. So first I took out my Unipen 0.2, then I took out my Uniball Signal, which was too thick, and then finally I took out a Unipen 0.5, and that one did the trick. I'm adding my date stamp, absolutely convinced that I'm done, but as I keep looking at my spread, I'm seriously missing something. So I'm doodling while I'm giving myself some time to figure out what it is I want to add. And then I just need to add contrast. So I'm using this punch to make openings in my page so that I can add something coming from behind. And that something is this piece of paper, which I colorized using Colorex a long time ago. And I'm just cutting it up so that it can fit behind those openings. And now I can just give them the same finishing touches as the other circles have so that everything works together nicely. And I'm also adding just a tiny strip underneath the wording to make it stand out a bit. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the little bell to receive notifications from new videos. If you would like more extended versions of these videos, or if you would like to do live hangouts with me, I can only invite you to join my Patreon page, where there is much more to discover. See you back next time. Ta-da!